Today, however, we are fortunate to have with us Miss Maile Collmer. And Maile is of course, member of this chapter, a founding member of this chapter, but also a business development powerhouse, a business coach, speaker, co-founder of the Business Acceleration Group, and mastermind leader. With over 27 years of real estate and business coaching experience, Maile helps professionals build thriving careers through proven strategies, relationship-driven success, and a passion for helping others achieve their goals. With unwavering dedication, Maile has sponsored an impressive 63 members into BNI and served enthusiastically on our chapter's leadership team for over 20 years. As the past president of the National Speaker Association of Northern California, Maile demonstrates genuine care and commitment to helping each one of us grow. And today, Maile's going to share with us how to get business from networking. So please join me in giving Maile a warm welcome.
Have you oh, I need a mic on. Have you ever felt like you were standing in the dark, alone, maybe almost like floating in the vast nothingness of darkness of the universe, and you're yelling, "Hey, I'm open for business. I'm over here. Do you see me?" And maybe you thought to yourself, "I have a good business. I provide a great service. Why are people not just coming to me? How come they're not finding me?" So you jump on the internet, and what do you see? All of a sudden, it's like everyone is in your business. There's competition everywhere. It can be overwhelming. And then maybe you jump over to LinkedIn. I'm going to do some proactive outreach. And this kind of reminds me of that book that I read as a little girl, Are You My Mother? Are you my client? Are you my client? Are you my client? So how do you become the obvious choice? How do you have your great clients coming to you and finding you? I was chatting with some of my colleagues earlier this week in the National Speakers Association, and we were talking about longevity and success in the speaking industry. Now, as a speaker, we're often on these big stages in front of these audiences, and we are inspiring others to reach new levels of success. So inherently, when we get together, we are trying to inspire each other to reach new levels of success. So we like to talk about this. So we were talking specifically about clarity and consistency in the speaking industry, and this is a fundamental success principle for all businesses: clarity and consistency. What do I mean by clarity? Clarity is knowing and being clear for yourself, what do you do? And not just what do you do, what specifically is your specialty? What is it that is your zone of genius? Of that business or profession that you're in, what is your lane, your niche, your superpower in that industry? So think if you have that clarity for yourself. What is your unique value that you bring to your ideal client? So when we have that clarity, it also gives us clarity on what is the problem that we uniquely solve for that particular client, for that ideal client. When we have that clarity, then we can also know, of course, who is our audience, who's our target market, who is our great clients, our ideal clients. And then we can clearly identify who is that linchpin, that person who can get me in front of my ideal clients, in front of the right audience, my target market. So in having that clarity, it makes the consistency part of our business so much easier. So when we're in business, we have to be marketing and doing sales consistently to get consistent results. And when we have that clarity, it's so much easier to do the consistency. So in the speaking business, there are people who've been in a really long time. And those of us who've been in for quite some time, we see other people come and go. And sometimes there's those people who are just a flash in the pan. They might have a book that comes out, and they do a couple of interviews, and they're on the stage for a hot minute, and then they're gone. Kind of like in the music industry, you have those singers and bands, they have that one hit wonder, it hits the charts, and then nothing else. So how do we create a business that has the longevity and success to ride the waves? Now, what do I mean by ride the waves? Who's been in business for a few decades? Have there been some waves? Oh, yeah. Okay. So I started in business. I got my diploma from UCLA, and then I immediately got my real estate license and became a business owner entrepreneur. And if you remember, so in 1997, we were in the wave of the tech boom. And as a realtor, the multiple listing service was still DOS-based. And not everyone had cell phones. Certainly not everyone had websites. And cell phones and the internet was going to revolutionize business as we know it. Much like I hear a lot of people talking about AI today. So these are the waves that we have in business. So we had the dot-com boom, we had the bust, we had 9/11, and then we had the real estate boom, which was amazing. Money was everywhere, it was fun, it was easy. And let me tell you, in 2004, the parties were epic. But then what happened in 2008? That wasn't a rocky wave, that was a tidal wave. It wiped out businesses, it crushed people. So how do you create a business that has that longevity of success and can ride all the waves? Including COVID, absolutely. That was a recent rough water for many people. So today what I want to share with you is what we have been doing here at the Contra Costa Business Referral Network chapter of BNI, otherwise known as CCBuRN, for over 20 years. We've been supporting our members to build longevity and success in our businesses. So the 3 keys to opening the door of opportunity when you walk into this room, when you're out business networking, walking into this room in particular, of course, and any room like it, is you want to have the right mindset, you want to be prepared, and you want to work as a team. You want to have teamwork. So when we walk into this door, our mindset is on the long game. We are looking at, it's not just about today's business, it's about tomorrow's business. It's about a year from now, 5, 10, 15. How long do you want to be in business? So we're planting the seeds today for that longevity success. So we're thinking long term. We're also have the mindset on relationship. I'm looking to meet other like-minded business owners who I can trust, who I can refer to, who when I give them a call, they're a great resource. And they have a great business, provide a great service, and they do what they say they're going to do, and they do it with excellence and a kind and gracious spirit. So I'm looking for people who I can trust and people who I can refer. So we're coming into this room with the mindset of relationship and building relationship. And then the third mindset piece that we have is giving. So BNI members, our philosophy is givers gain. Yes, we said, Victor had to say that at the beginning. And it really is a mindset. Instead of walking into this room saying, what can I get? We're walking in saying, what can I give? How can I help? Who can I connect? Who can I support? Who can I refer? How can I share an idea or resource that might help them grow their business? So we're coming here with that mindset to give. So the long game, relationship, and giving. And then a big key to understanding how to get business from networking is really understanding how networking works. Now, I don't know about you, but I never took a class in school about networking. And even I've talked to business majors, I was a business majors, even people with MBAs, no class in networking. And yet, it's kind of a thing that everyone says, oh, you should go network. You should network. We know that we're supposed to do this. But how does it actually work? So that's the knowledge piece. Now, here's the problem, and here's what makes networking awkward, like Jeff was demonstrating earlier, is that people say, hey, you've got a business. You should go to this networking event. You'll get business. And so people come with that expectation that, oh, I'm going to go to this event. I'm going to get business. And so they come to the event, and they're like, hey, Jeff, you should be my client. And they start pitching everybody. Have you ever gone to a networking event, or maybe even you came here today with the idea and the intent that you were going to buy something? You're like, I'm going to go to this event today, and I'm going to find my financial advisor. And then I'm going to buy some life insurance. Anyone here come to buy something? All right. We always got one. So all right, but hey, it's a great way. I sometimes go to events, now that I know how things work, I sometimes go to events and buy things. It's great. So if everyone's coming to sell and no one's here to buy, what are we doing? Well, instead of selling to the room, the real opportunity is to sell through the room. Because an average person has a sphere of influence of 250 people. That means if we walked into a room of 10 people and we were just trying to sell to the room, we're like, oh, only 10 prospects here. And none of them were there to buy. That's how networking doesn't work. But if we walk in a room of 10 people and we know they each have influence with at least 250 people, now the opportunity goes from 10 to 2,500. It's exponential. So as you can see here in our room with over 60 business owners, there's a lot of opportunity. And there's opportunities today, there's opportunities next week, there's opportunities 3 weeks from now, 3 years from now, and on and on. So what we want to do is we want to move through what Dr. Ivan Meisner, who's the founder of BNI, calls the VCP process. And that stands for visibility, credibility, and profitability. So we want to earn those referrals by building the relationship. So we have earned the honor and the privilege of being referred by someone in the room. So the magic and how you actually get business from networking is to think exponentially, right? It's not just the people in the room, it's all the people who they know, okay? So there's also some skill involved, but here's the great news. Networking is a learnable skill. When we want to receive great referrals, we also want to be able to give high quality referrals. So in that giver's gain, we want to give high quality so we can receive high quality. And it takes practice to be able to talk someone else up and identify when you're standing in the middle of the referral and what do you say and how do you ask qualifying questions and what do you say to make the connection. So there's skill involved, but it's fun. Sometimes it's a lot more fun to talk someone else's business up than your own, right? It's kind of easier sometimes to say, oh my gosh, Trina's amazing, and here's why, than having to promote yourself. So it's a really fun way to do business. So there's knowledge. So when we're preparing to get the ROA, there's knowledge, there's skill, and there's strategy. And that strategy comes from what we talked about earlier, is having the clarity to know what is your unique piece of your profession, your superpower, and who is your ideal client and what problem do you solve. And then consistently training your referral team how to refer you that business. And that's the consistency piece, okay? So then we've got the funnest part, in my opinion, is the teamwork. And we here at CCBuRN have built an incredible referral network. And you can do that here, you can do that just by collecting people yourself, or in whichever business networking environments you're in, you can choose who you collect for your referral network. So we have a phenomenal referral network, and with that, we have this distinct intention to help each other grow our businesses by referring each other. So our intention is to refer each other. And within that referral network, we have what we call contact spheres. And those contact spheres are those businesses and professions that are complementary to yours, not competing. So majority of the business that you give and referrals you give and the majority of the referrals you receive will be with people in your contact sphere, because you're having a conversation with your client, and in that conversation, other needs come up that are related to yours that you do not do. So it's easy to say, you need help with this piece, I will recommend this person and make that introduction. So we have different contact spheres. So we've got additional times where we gather so we can really strategically see how can we be referring each other more business. So think about, what is your contact sphere? Are you the trades contact sphere? Are you business services? Are you financial? Are you health and wellness? And that's also how you can think about creating your own personal referral team. And that's what we've done here. So in BNI and in this room, we are really focused on supporting each other in giving and receiving referrals. We know that we can do all the other things, and it's good to have more than one stream of business. And this is so powerful. So I'm going to bring up a couple people with some specific examples just really quick to demonstrate some of the power of having referral sources that refer you over and over. So I got Brady, Joel, and Julie. Come up real quick. Come on down. Brady, Joel, and Julie. All right, Julie.
All right.
Tell us, how's your referral team doing?
They're doing amazing. Thank you. So just my story is Maile here referred me to one contractor that used to be in our group, and then she referred me over to Fred, who then referred me to his clients, who then referred me to one of his engineers, who is also an investment developer, and then they referred me to one of their friends, and then they referred me to one of their clients. So total, just from February to April, in closed business is roughly 200,000, right? Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Natalie. Thank you, Fred. And out right now, we're working on some bids, and it probably is going to equal about another 100,000. So, yeah, so amazing. Thank you, Maile. Thank you, Fred, again. Appreciate it.
All right, Brady and then Joel, come on up. We're short on time, so let's go.
All right, this one's going to be just a story of one client that Ms. Maile here referred to me. I've been in this group since 2019, and of the referrals and introductions that Maile, a referral coach extraordinaire, has sent my way, is the story of one woman in particular that I wanted to share with you. So Maile introduced me to a banker who is starting her own podcast on the side around self-value, not just monetary value for others, but more about self-value. And Maile knew enough about what makes me different as a photographer to send her my way, and she came in for a branding photo shoot, and we did that. And then she came back, and by the end of next month, she will have come back to me 4 times now, based on the initial conversation that Maile had with this person, for a total of about $20,000, which for a photographer is an awfully solid referral. Thank you, Maile. Thank you, CCBuRN, and thank you, BNI.
I did ask everyone in the chapter, and those 2 people, I didn't plant them. They said they volunteered, so just saying. Okay, Joel has a different story about how this opened his business.
I mean, basically, CCBuRN helped me build my business and really changed my whole journey. When I first started out on my own, I went out on my own with about 10 clients, and I built up a clientele of nearly 300. But along the way, I got a referral, the best referral I ever got, about 40 grand a year client, and it set me on a journey to kind of build a business around that, which through a lot of iterations eventually led me to sell off the bulk of my tax practice to pursue being a CFO, because I found a lot of businesses really need this kind of help. So, best client I ever got.
Awesome. So those are some some examples of the magic and the actual business that comes from the type of networking that we do here at CCBuRN. So if you are thinking, you know, this could be good for my business, then we invite you to submit an application. There is a, let me have the treasurer, Kevin, come up and just share a little bit about what it takes to become a member financially.
All right, so if this all sounds interesting to you, to become a member, you can see the different options up there, but basically it's $249 application fee, $749 for a 1-year membership, quarterly dues of $125 per quarter. So when I joined BNI originally, what I asked myself is, how many referrals get paid off that membership? And that's really how I got started in BNI 25 years ago.
He's the one that has been in BNI longer than me. Okay, so those are the details. We also have a QR code for the application. There's also a QR code on the table. The QR code on the table actually gives you, it links to our roster. So you can see all the different members if you want to connect with other people in your contact sphere and add them to your referral team and see if you could build a referral relationship. So if you were invited here today, you're invited by a BNI member who wanted to show you how this group and some effort on your part, you could have 60 to 65 other business owners out there promoting you and your business. So we are excited to meet you. We are excited to know you. We're excited to build a great referral relationship with you. Thank you for being here.